stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
It was the Anglo-American alliance that stood up and fought the tyranny which you hate. So did Norway. So did Denmark. So did the Scandinavians as well, who stood up and fought.
What do you think of Sweden?
Sweden was neutral.
What do you think of Sweden?
I think if people had been neutral against Hitler, Hitler would have won.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. I hope, indeed I pray, that we shall not be found unworthy of our victory if after toil and tribulation it is granted to us. For the rest, we have to gain the victory. That is our task. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duty, and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its commonwealths last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
We shall not fail or falter, we shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools, and we will finish the job.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
And good evening and welcome to the English Defence League radio show, broadcasting live on blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League radio show, the truth and the voice of the EDL. Tonight's radio show is called English Defence League Radio Show, Week of Action. Welcome to the English Defence League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell. And my wingman and panellist this evening is Dave Agador Milner. Jan the Tornado Rennie will join us when time permits. Tonight we have a lot of headlines of the week to talk about. And also we have the continuing Islamisation taking shape in the United Kingdom and across the globe, with those traitors who in power continues to give the people the middle finger. Enough is enough. The clock is ticking. No surrender ever. And as I say, all that is necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing. And that was, of course, Edmund Burke. And those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. And, of course, that was by the late, great President John F. Kennedy. So without further ado, let me bring on my star man, my wingman this evening, and my panelist, and say Jan is busy and I don't know. She might be able to join, you never know, with workload. It's Dave Agador Milner. Good evening, my dear friend. I hope you are well.
Good evening, Jeff. Good evening to everybody in the UK. Hello to everybody in the United States and across Earth, and of course off Earth, and on the moon. Jeff, we have an awful lot to discuss tonight, but briefly, I just want to say that, if you guys didn't listen to our Thursday show, go back and listen to it. It was awesome. Also, I just want to make two little comments here. About yesterday, of course, the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, a couple of things happened. One of the things that I saw that disappointed me was I was very disappointed in American TV and our American cable networks and everything. The History Channel ran one documentary in the afternoon, so they get a let out. And the only other place that I saw anything about the moon landing at all, anywhere, aside from the odd commercial, was sadly on BBC America. They ran a fairly good documentary. I hate to give them any kudos at all, but that was it. But nothing else on American television. And as we know, Jeff, the left controls entertainment in the United States of America. That was pathetic, guys. Be proud of that accomplishment. Be proud. And I'll tell you somebody.
No, sorry,
I'll tell you somebody else
buddy.
No, you're going to like this, man. I'll tell you somebody else who is proud, and that's President Trump. He had Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, in his office yesterday. And it was a good meeting. But Buzz kind of in a way said what I did on Thursday. He complained about the fact that our space program is where it is right now, which is practically stalled. That 50 years ago we were able to go to the moon, and now we don't even have the ability to do that. And the head of NASA said, "Oh, we're working on it," but that's of course not good enough. We need to dig the spurs in. We need to get out there. But yesterday, Jeff,
We've got SpaceX, haven't you, Dave? SpaceX.
Well, we've got SpaceX. We've got SpaceX. We've got all that,
there
Jeff.
Should be some other. It's big.
There should be.
Dave, this is big, isn't it?
It
seems
is big.
that I know President Trump has given is go forward and do what you got to do. Let's do that mission. Let's step forward. And that's what I think the world needs, that, doesn't it, Dave? We need space exploration. We're never going to be able to get away. It is the future, isn't it? It's the future of mankind, as that we talked about on the show. Anything could happen. Right. I mean, let's share ourselves amongst the planets. I mean, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it, to actually know mankind has reached beyond our Mother Earth, and we are exploring new to bravely go where bald men have never gone before, Dave.
That's right. That's right, Jeff. Hey, it was a good time, and again, guys, if you want to go back and listen to that show, that Thursday show, it's at blogtalkradio.com, and just look for the English Defense League radio show. The stars await us. And now, Jeff, I know you wanted to give out a special shout out to some new compadres that you have over a certain chat environment there.
I certainly do, and of course that's all to do with Sunday. Is it Sunday's live radio show, Dave? Is it Sunday's live? It's
Sunday Long.
Sunday.
I think it's called Sunday Long Live Radio.
Sunday Long Live Radio Show, which has got a great part of Discord, and I joined Discord, and I got some absolutely. I've made some wonderful friends, ladies and gentlemen, and most of the people that I've been talking to today was really interested in catching up with the show. So we might be positive things going on as the time the show, because people just got to get to know the platform a little bit. So, yeah, a big shout out to all my new friends. I mean, I just talked to absolutely awesome people, Dave. And I just wish I'd knew about this going back a while ago, and I managed to I had a little chat with Raybo today. I was having a few issues, and I see, you know, I had to reboot my computer, and the only name that came up at the time was Raybo. So I give her a message, and we had a little conversation. Don't worry, you know, the guys will help you out, and I managed to get myself back to where I was, and you know, it was great. It was great having a chat to like-minded people like ourselves, Dave, and we got so many like-minded people like ourselves. You know, the negative things, the people out there, you know, the leftists and that. At least we're seeing people got their, you know, got their priorities right and knows what's going on. That's a long conversation with some really lovely people today, Dave. And it just makes you feel much better yourself. It's a hard slog, isn't it? Being a patriot and doing what we do, Dave. You know, it's you know, the course can be, you know, obstacles in the way and this, that, and the other. But we are pushing on. That's it.
That's right, man. Nobody said it was easy. Yeah, nobody said it was easy. Well, Jeff, I gave you something in your Skype there, and this is a special message to people, a special request from Tommy Robinson and his family. And Jeff, as you cue that up for yourself to read in from the Skype there, I'm going to go ahead and give people the information they need to write to Tommy Robinson in prison, if you'd like to do that, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want to write a snail mail, you know, a paper mail, a paper letter to Tommy Robinson while he's in prison, you can use the info that I'm going to give you, all right, and you can use the link that I'll give you to send him an email, okay? And all you need for that is his name and prison number. I will tell you that, of course, you know, you got to pay for postage if you send him a paper, you know, mail. But as Jeff says, it's good for him to get those letters because he can read those out, and you know, it'll kind of help him with the time and everything. And if you send him an email, they do charge 40p for that. That's just under $1 American. Okay, so be ready to pay for that. You'll have to register at the site and everything. But okay, here's the information you'll need, guys. All right, his name, you know, if you haven't heard it from the papers already, is Stephen, Stephen Yaxley, Yaxley, and then Lennon, Lennon. No dash between the Yaxley and the Lennon. Now, his prison number is A2084CG. That's A as in Alpha, 2084, C as in Charlie, our executive producer, and G as in golf. Okay, that's his name and prison number. All right. Now, he's being held at HMP Belmarsh. HMP stands for Her Majesty's Prison. That's on Western Way, Thamesmead. Now, especially for you Americans, that's spelled THAMESMEAD. That's in London. The postal code is SE280EB. That's S as in Sierra, E as in Echo, 280E as in Echo, B as in Bravo. Now, if you want to send him an email, go to https://www.emailaprisoner, that's all one word, .com. All right, and just go through the steps there, and you can send him an email that way. So, Jeff, if you're ready, you know, there's a special request from Tommy Robinson and his family, brother.
Yes, that's correct. And I'll just read out a quote from Tommy before I start reading. Tear out a man's tongue does not prove him a liar. It only proves that you fear what he might say. How true those words. With that, as you all know, Tommy is in Belmarsh serving a corrupt sentence handed down to him by 2 appointed judges. These judges saw fit to deliver a verdict based on a context of their own imagining. We can update you all and say that Tommy was thrilled to hear all of you who took the time to protest his corrupt incarceration outside Belmarsh Prison. It meant a lot to him. As you can imagine, serving time in Belmarsh isn't easy. But your continued support will help him get through these difficult times, which is why we need to let you know of another issue. And of course, this is a request from Tommy and his family. Tommy and his family have asked us to make you all aware that people are requesting visits to see him. It is understandable for people to want to go and see him. Who wouldn't want to go and see him, support him, and give him encouragement? It's a perfectly natural thing for his supporters to do. That being said, there is a small problem that arises from people's eagerness to see him. You can imagine how many people want to see Tommy and support him in whatever way they can while he serves his sentence. No joke, thousands of people want to visit him. For this reason, Tommy and his family have asked that people please refrain from asking for visitation. Tommy needs to see his immediate family and legal counsel as a priority. Please do not send requests in for visitations. He will have to reject them anyway if they do come through. Tommy loves the fact that so many people care. He loves the fact that so many people want to see him. But as you can imagine, time in a Category A prison comes at a premium. That time is best left for his immediate family. Again, Tommy wants to thank you all for your continued support. He can't wait to get out, spend quality time with his family, and get back to doing what he does best. Bring you the real news, expose the corruption, and give the forgotten a voice again. Never, ever surrender. There you go. So that's absolutely, that's it. So I'm not surprised. You, Dave, how many people wants to see Tommy? Let's be honest. But it must be not just thousands, but hundreds of thousands of people. But unfortunately, he's only allowed, I think he's allowed a couple of visits a week. If I remember right, I'm not sure exactly, Dave. I have touched a little bit of things. But it was that was great that we got that information out there, and of course he knew when there was the protest outside the prison, and he really does.
That's good.
It brightened his day up. It must have put a smile on that man's face. God bless you, Tommy. Dave?
Amen, brother. Well, Jeff, now you told me, and you wanted to cover this a little bit, and it's certainly worth covering. Now, guys, before Jeff tells you what he's going to tell you, all right, we had a little discussion that we've had this a few times before about what, if anything, kind of form that the punishment that Mr. Robinson got should have taken. All right, obviously we think there should have been nothing, but had there been any, I gave this opinion more than once, and Jeff's agreed with me, that they should have just put an ankle bracelet on him and given him house arrest for something this trivial. Absolutely, but of course they didn't. They chose to be asses and put him in a high-security prison. But he has had conversation with someone of note. Jeff, you wanted to talk about this, brother.
Well, yes. I mean, this is, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, people listening, is massive news. As I say, Abby Yemeni is the family, Tommy's spokesman for the family and him at this time. And what we found out from Abby Yemeni was that Tommy has been, we find that Julian Assange is in the cell above Tommy, and they have been talking. they have had conversation, at least for an hour and more. So we don't know how. I mean, have he just got what the information he had? But if that's right, that Julian Assange is above him, they could be talking for hours, couldn't they, guys? So this is massive. This is massive, news for people that support Julian Assange and, of course, Tommy. Two people with the minds of Tommy and Julian Assange. The world's the oyster. If these two gentlemen got together, what do you reckon, Dave? Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least Tommy Robinson has someone to talk to. My feelings, I have to say, Jeff, honestly, about Julian Assange is that Julian Assange is for Julian Assange. I don't really trust the guy at all, but it is good that Tommy Robinson has someone that he can have discussion with. I mean, I will give Julian Assange this. He is intelligent, and, of course, we know that Tommy Robinson is intelligent. So I do count it a plus that Tommy Robinson does have someone, at least of a certain level and degree of intelligence to talk with in prison, because as as anybody knows who has either been inside or has known anybody that's been inside, there not a whole lot of intelligent conversation goes on. But Jeff, man, it is, we're getting close to being done with the first half hour of the show. We have a whole lot more to go through. But what I'm wondering is, if you would allow to play the SHR Media promos, and then we'll get into the second half hour of the show.
Yeah, I've got some more news that it's something that was a negative news by the tabloids. I wanted to talk about that. It's been everybody's been talking about on Telegram, but maybe we'll leave that for the second part after the top of the hour, Dave. But I wanted to talk about it just to put people's minds at rest that there is a negative tabloids out there that do anything to go after Tommy, to attack Tommy. So I will discuss it, as I say, but I won't expand on it because we'll soon know one way or the other what information was out there, how true or how negative it really is. Because we all know there's fake news that runs around with its hair alight, doing its thing. But we'll talk about that as the show proceeds. But Dave, let's roll our jingles, Dave, isn't it? Jingles, that's great.
Now this program is associated with SHR Media, and there are a lot of good programs on SHR Media, including one that I may be on Tuesday, BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. That'll be on at 11 p.m. Eastern in the United States. You guys will get that information off the promos. Yeah, he is. He's a friend of the show. And absolutely, he's a friend of the show. And again, I want to say, before I play the promos, for everybody listening to this through the Unpleasant Blind Guy page on Spreaker.com, all right, this program, the English Defense League radio show, can be heard live Thursdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. British Summer Time or 3:30 p.m. in the United States Eastern Time. So, guys, if you want to hit us live, you want to get up to us live and listen live and participate in the chat room, just go to blogtalkradio.com. Search in the white search box at the top center and just type in EDL Radio and follow the links that you'll find, and eventually you'll get to our show page, and we have a chat room in there, and you can get in there and talk to people in the chat room and listen to us live, or you can listen to us through the studio. With that, Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and run these. These are the SHR Media promos, and you guys are listening right now to the English Defense League radio show. Here we go, guys.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunnett. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunnett.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad. Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye.
The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini.